Alright, yeah, this is the status. It is hopefully the last weekend, and this bathroom will be done. I just went to Home Depot, grabbed some trim. It's not, can you see that? I don't think you see it. Alright, now you can see it. It's not bolted down. Those are the kids. So, I'm just dry fitting it now. Putting these guys in there. Gonna drop this flooring now. Then ideally, paint it up. And that's it. Looks really good. Alright, well, working on the vanity and bathroom again. So what I did was I went ahead and started caulking the trim. So that's done, it's ready dried. Now ready to get painted. You guys can probably see it better there. So I gotta get paint though, white trim paint, because I also gotta paint the door. So in the meantime, I'm putting in the second shelf, just finished putting the brackets. Got to fill this hole. So when I pulled off the wainscoting, this was here. I thought the trim was going to be tall enough to cover it. I was wrong. So now I got to patch this up. It's all good. No big deal, but it's coming along. So what the plan is now is to pretty much use the jigsaw to cut the tabletop. I also got to sand it down first, but I got to cut the tabletop. Dry fit it to make sure everything looks good. Stain it. Once that's dry, then I could add a coat of polyacrylic to help to seal it, just in case water gets on it. And that should be done. Then I'll come back and hit the trim. Probably hit the trim tonight. And clean up. That's it. Alright, so this is where I am right now. I'm not gonna lie, I got semi-defeated because this wall, like I said, comes out a lot further than even the top part does. So none of the measurements are really working. And these are two different pieces of boards put together, so it was kind of difficult. And pretty much, I got the board halfway in there, got stuck and couldn't move it. So what ended up happening is I got the board halfway in there and it got stuck. And I couldn't move it because it was pretty much just digging into the wall. And I was getting frustrated because not only was it digging into the wall stuck, but then it was messing up my fancy paint job. And not only did it mess up my paint job, but it was the sections of the wall where I had to put a lot of work into putting joint compound, sanding, and all that fancy stuff just to kind of make it look somewhat decent, and just tore it all up, man. I was getting frustrated. So literally I just had to cut it out because it was stuck, it wasn't going anywhere. Because the top, it went in to a certain point, but it couldn't because the gap, it was weird, man. Like, so what I did was, I thought it would ideally be somewhat the same as the top, but definitely not. So now I have this weird gap here that I don't know how I'm gonna deal with. I'm gonna figure that out later. But once I got it in there, so I had to go to Home Depot, get 2 more boards, glue them together, sand them down, make sure the joints are filled nice and seamless. And I just went ahead and got it in here, and I got it fit. Repatched back up the wall, painted the wall, except for that part because that was a big hole, so that's still drying. And what I would have preferred to do was to actually stain the boards and then put them in, but I didn't feel like risking taking it out, scratching up the walls again, putting it back in, all that stuff. So literally what I did was just now is I just masked off the wall. I'm about to just stain it in the bathroom and hope for the best. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna take extra precautions, make sure I don't spill anything. But yeah, that's where we at so far. This is where we at. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but cross that bridge in a little while. So while I'm waiting for the glue to dry, what I've been doing is working on the trim and painting them up so that I could call that a wrap. I repainted the door, looks brand spanking new, nice and clean. That light, I was looking for vanity lights, but this is trying to do this on a budget. So what I'm thinking we'll do is, what I'm gonna try to do first is I'm gonna pull those lights down, try to spray paint it all rub bronze to match all the fixtures and see if it looks good. If it doesn't, yeah, then we gotta get one. If it does, then it's all right. But yep, so we're coming along. Coming along. All right, let's wrap this up. So this is current status. Stained that guy. It's in there. I'm gonna let it wait till the morning time. Put a first coat of polyacrylic. Give it 6 hours. Then go again. But it's coming along. Now I'm just gonna clean up and mop the floors, get off all the dust and stuff, and let it do what it's do. All right, well, I'm gonna try to use this vanity light over. I'm not really too fond of it, the design, but I guess it's just not a basic one, so I can live with that, I guess. I have to spray paint it. I'm gonna try to spray paint it to match the faucet, because all our fixtures all over the place are all rust bronze, and that obviously is silver or nickel, whatever it wants to be. At least it's not a basic one. So I mean, I was looking online, was trying to find one, and for all rust bronze and the nicer ones, you're gonna spend over $200, and I really don't have that right now. So I'm gonna spray paint this guy, clean it, sand it down. Hopefully it looks good. If it looks good, then hey, we're doing great. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to get one. If it just looks okay, I will leave it, just because we don't have the funds right now to kind of just upgrade everything. So if I could reuse some of the stuff again, that would be great. But so far, this is where we're looking now. I just put the first coat of sealant on the bottom, so that's why it's kind of shiny. I'll let it dry for about 8 hours, sand it down, do another coat tonight, wake up in the morning, sand it down again, do the third final coat in the morning time. It'll dry in about another 6 to 8 hours. And ideally, at least the bottom will be set to start putting stuff in. But I'm gonna cut the powder off now, take this guy down, sand it down, and see if I can get this looking somewhat decent. Okay, well, I have the light now. I taped off the back because I'm about to spray paint it. What I did just now was I cleaned off all the dust, sanded it down lightly to clear off, because it has some sticky stuff in some parts, so I cleared that off. Also, I've read online that it's best to sand it down a little bit. That way the spray paint sticks perfectly fine, so hopefully that helps. The spray painter now. I'm gonna wash the globes in the sink, get them nice and clean, and hopefully this looks good. I just used this Rust-Oleum metallic all rust bronze to just spray paint the first coat. I think I'm pretty satisfied with it. I don't have any dripping, which is good. I'll let it dry for a couple hours, and I'll come back and do a second coat. What do you guys think so far? Looks good? I think it's gonna look good once it dries. I could already see the bronze color seeping through, which looks good. You can probably see it now, a little speckle. But I'll go ahead and check to see what parts need extra spray and hit those also. Alright, so I went ahead and got it dry, put it together. Let's take a step back. It looks better. It's not bad I thought it was gonna look. See if I get some light in here. That's my fingerprint from when I touched it and it wasn't fully dry, but I was like, to hell with it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. But things look good to me. What do you guys think? Okay, well, this is where we are so far. Last night, I went ahead and changed out that. Got new of this, new of that. Bought a toilet bowl cleaner thing. And then Shirell came in and finished decorating. I think she's done or she's in the process. The tags are still on. Shirell likes to wait until things are fully completed before she pulls tags off. But so far so good. Paw Patroled out for Linda's bathroom. We're still painting the room over, because that used to be our room, but that's going to be Linda's room now since we moved downstairs. But I'm actually pretty pleased with how it all came out. What do you guys think? Looks good, right? I'm pleased. I'm happy. I feel it gives it more of a little bit of a more open feel, because the bathroom was not that big in the first place. So what I wanted to do is kind of make things feel a little airy. So I figured if I did 2 different shelves and put a gap in the middle of it, it will kind of give it more of that feel of being more open. Hopefully, I think I accomplished that goal. Only thing I have to left to do is this window. I'm gonna put a window film on top of it so we don't have to worry about that shade. But yeah, it took maybe about a total of 10 days to complete everything. I only do it on the weekends, and I ran into a few hiccups with certain things, like this wall being out further from the back to the front, like it leans out. It made cutting down this shelf a miserable task, so I had to actually go back to Home Depot, get another sets of wood, sand it down, stain it, joint them together. And during that process, because the first piece, even though I measured it properly, I measured it for the outside part, but it goes in for close you get to the back. So pretty much got stuck and tore up the wall, and all the hard work I did patching up the wall and painting it, I destroyed parts of the wall, and I had to take that out, and I was frustrated. But it's done now, so we're rolling. All right, so this is where we are now. Shirell came in, added her stuff. She added the wall vinyls and decals. If you guys watched when we redid Linda's bedroom for when she turned 3, we had made it a Paw Patrol room for her, but we brought everything into this bathroom, and now it's all in here. And then this used to be our bedroom, but now it's becoming Linda's bedroom, so we just finished painting it pink. We just brought her bed in here, her dresser. I just mounted her TV. This is a work in progress, but I'm gonna try to get it so she can at least sleep in here tonight. But that's it, man. The bathroom is finally done. There's nothing else for me to do in here. Only thing left is I'm gonna fix that ceiling, but I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm gonna let that finish drying as much as it can, fix it, And that's it, man, but it's done. Let's take a look at it.